again. I was just live and froze, and I'm not sure why. This is Kim After 50. I'm Kim. On this channel, we talk about a whole lot of travel, primarily cruising, and a little bit of what is involved in me starting my life over, creating a whole new life after turning 50, after getting divorced, working on getting healthy, getting my finances in order, and all of that jazz. So I go live on Wednesdays and Sundays. It is Sunday, so I'm here live tonight, and I'm trying to do my live show on cruising superlatives. We gonna see if this works, Karita. Oh goodness, I felt like we were having such a good live too. So we're gonna talk about cruising superlatives. I got this idea. This is the new live, Candace. I got this idea because I watch handbag channels. Y'all don't, what don't I watch on YouTube? I feel like who was it in the Five Heartbeats when he said, what do you guys don't do? What don't I watch on YouTube? But I watch handbag videos, and I've seen a few of the people that I subscribe to do superlatives. Yes, Amy, we're back. Superlative videos where they talk about like their most expensive handbag, their least expensive handbag, their favorite handbag, the handbag they wear the most, their most unique handbag, all that kind of stuff. So I thought, how fun would that be if I did that as a cruising video? So that's what this video is about. Now, let me pull up my notes. The categories that I'm going to cover. Hello, Patty Cakes. Everybody, welcome to the live. Please like the live. Please leave a comment. Help us get the video into the algorithm. Please, 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 because we're having to start over. Hopefully we won't freeze. I switched over to 5. So hopefully that'll work. All right, so the categories we're going to talk about is most expensive cruise, least expensive cruise, best cabin I've had, worst cabin I've had, best cruise memory, worst cruise memory, best excursion you've been on, worst excursion you've been on, and just for fun, the funniest moment I've had on a cruise. Okay, so we had just barely gotten into one. So this is like your senior superlatives when you were in high school, like most likely to succeed, so on and so forth. But this is cruising superlatives. Do me a favor, if you have a channel where you talk cruising or travel, I would love to see you do this too. And if you have a favorite cruise channel that's not me, let them know about this, because hopefully we can get a few other people to do this, because I think it will be so fun to hear other people's perspectives on this topic. Okay. Hey, Miss Sabrina, welcome back. Everybody, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. All right. So most expensive cruise is what we were just talking about when I froze. The most expensive cruise I've taken by far was last October on Carnival Celebration. It was a 7-night cruise. I'm just going to repeat this really quickly because most of y'all just heard it. The reason it was the most expensive, a couple factors went into it. One is I had 2 cabins. Bianca, Maya, and I were in one cabin. Aaliyah, Malcolm, and August were in the other cabin. We stayed in the Family Harbor Lounge area, which brought the price up just a little bit. And I just answered the question on the other live that froze on whether I feel like, I don't know if that was the question. Something like whether I feel like the Family Harbor Lounge area was worth it. I think everybody in my family would say absolutely. I think Maya, who is 22 and childless, would say she could take it or leave it. But I think everybody else in the family would say it was absolutely worth it. We had a great time on that cruise. I spent over $6,000. But that's also the cruise where I got into the casino. And Amy said her most expensive is Icon of the Seas 7-night interior cabin. I can't wait to try Royal Caribbean. Ooh, I can't wait. I just made my final payment for my first Royal Caribbean cruise too, so I'm super excited. All right, over $6,000, which is a splurge for me. However, that's also the cruise where I got in the casino. I won a lot of money in the casino, and like I've never won that much money since. Y'all, gambling slapped my head. On that trip, every single day, I hit some kind of jackpot in the casino. I'm not even exaggerating. I have shorts. Well, not shorts. I do have shorts. But vertical footage. I did record on that cruise because I meant to make a vlog from that cruise, but everything was vertical because I was new and I kept forgetting to turn my phone the other way. So I never made the vlog from that cruise. Plus, on that cruise, I found out some things about my ex, and so my attitude wasn't right for part of the cruise. I didn't feel like filming. So I didn't get the whole cruise. 7 nights for 6 people, not too bad. Sounds like a huge amount. It felt, Candace, in my spirit, it felt like a huge amount. But we had such a good time. Such a good time. I always say worth every penny. Plus, I got a lot of my money back because the casino was so good to me. I'm telling y'all, every night I hit a jackpot. I thought I had gambling figured out. Don't laugh at me. Let me tell y'all what I thought gambling was after that cruise. That if I just keep playing, I'm going to win big. That the people who get up quick, they don't win. But if I stay here, even if it look like I'm not winning, if I just stay here and keep playing, I'm going to hit the jackpot. I thought I had it figured out. I did hit a jackpot. Oh, Amy. Take me with you, Amy. I did hit a jackpot every night on that cruise. Some nights I hit multiple jackpots. Like I said, I have some of the vertical footage from that. Matter of fact, I think I put some up as shorts. I think I did put some up. I know I put some on my personal Facebook page as reels. Because after that cruise, I almost turned my channel into a slots channel. You know what, Sabrina? I didn't even want to say this out loud, but I told Maya on that cruise, I said, I think God is being good to me because of what I'm going through right now, what I just found out. And he's not going to let this be a bad cruise for me. Like, I think he's making sure that this ends up being a good memory for me. But I almost turned this into a slots channel because, baby, I was winning so much that I was like, oh, I could do this. And I live right near the Hard Rock Casino. So I was like, I could be a slots channel. Like, I could drive to Tampa once a week, stay there all afternoon, film enough footage to have a week's worth of content for a slots channel. Yeah, I could do that. And then I've never won like that again. I've won. I typically leave the casino up a little bit. And if I'm down, once I get even, I leave. But I came home that next week. I went to the Hard Rock. I hated it. I was not having fun, not having a good time at all. So, and I realized that I did not have a good strategy. That was not a good strategy. And so, and then plus when I was putting up my shorts, my slots shorts were like getting views like this. And my regular shorts weren't. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to be a slots channel. I'm going to be a slots channel. And my daughter, Aaliyah, she's super saved. She was like, can we just pray about this, Mommy? I was like, let's pray about it. But I think I'm going to be a slots channel. But anyway, so that was my most expensive cruise. My least expensive cruise, y'all not even going to believe this. Y'all not even going to believe what cruise line my least expensive cruise was through. But I'm going to tell you because this is cruise superlatives. If you haven't already, please thumbs up the video. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. We've been kind of stagnant for about a week. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. My least expensive cruise was that 2-day cruise on Virgin Voyages. It was less expensive than my 2-day Margaritaville cruises where I'm only paying port fees and such. I was trying to find the email with it right before I started this live. I could not find it, but it was $200 and something. The travel agents I booked through gave me $50 in sailor loot. Gratuities and internet were included. That was the least expensive cruise I've been on by far. With the best food. They gave me 2 t-shirts It's Melanin at Sea. I was so surprised. Oh, the Haven. I've never been to Bermuda. Y'all gotta take me with y'all on these cruises. Y'all gotta take me with y'all. Um, I was surprised because they had a promotion in their group. They were saying like book with us this month or this week or something, and we'll give you $50 on board credit and a free t-shirt. Hey Shay, I booked my cruise and it was only 2 something. And so I knew they weren't going to be making hardly anything commission off of that cruise, but they said, let us know if you book the cruise. So after I booked it, I emailed them to let them know. They said we applied $50 Sailor Loop to your account and send us your address and we will mail you a t-shirt. They ended up sending me 2 t-shirts. Cheapest Carnival Cruise, Sunrise, 7 days, Orlando. Yeah, I've done Sunrise a few times. Carnival Triumph with a new name. But they kept their word. I was so shocked. I feel like they probably lost money on my booking because they still sent me. Shay, I actually have a video from that cruise. I didn't sail with them. I just booked with them, Mia. But I that's the only booking I've ever done through them. But like I said, I'm shocked that they still applied the $50 Sailor Loop. They mailed me 2 t-shirts. So either they broke even or they lost money by booking me. I don't know which one. But I check their group every now and then when I'm looking for a good deal because I do want to book with them again just because I appreciated that. And I was shocked by it. But no, it wasn't a Melanin at Sea cruise. They just advertised it and I booked it. So, but it was a wonderful experience. Like I said, your gratuities are included. Your Wi-Fi was included. The food was the best cruise food I have ever had on a cruise. But it was my first completely solo cruise. So I wouldn't say it was my best vlog because I wasn't quite comfortable really filming in public yet. And yeah, but I do have a vlog from that cruise. All right. The best cabin I have ever had was on Carnival Magic. I did a group cruise, and on this cruise I bought my mother on a cruise because I just wanted her, I wanted to treat her to a vacation. My mom is amazing. I really want y'all to meet her one day. Using casino offers, I spent $946 for 3 Royal Caribbean cruises, 14 nights total. Oh, I can't wait. For some reason, I could be wrong, Amy, but for some reason, I just feel like once I get in the Royal Caribbean casino offer system, I'm about to get some really good deals. Because my deals with Carnival are not the greatest, but I appreciate them. You know what I mean? But I just feel that way. But anyway, I wanted to treat my mother. If you don't know the story of my mother, she's not my biological mother, but she's the mother God intended me to have. Patty Cake said my favorite ship is the Magic, going on her in December. I love the Magic too. So I want to treat her. Talitha said, hey, how are you, Talitha? Hi, Precisely. Amy, I can't wait. Okay, so I booked the cruise, right? And I just got a cabin suite. Hello, Paula. I got a cabin for me, Bianca, Maya, and my mom. And then I decided that I wanted my mom to have like top-notch experience. So I ended up booking a suite. I don't remember what suite, but I know it wasn't the best suite. But so it was my mom, me, Bianca, and Maya in the suite. It was huge. The balcony was huge. I was not platinum then, but we still got priority embarkation, all that kind of stuff. And it had an actual bathtub in it. That is the only cabin I've ever had. It had like a whirlpool bathtub that I've ever had that had a bathtub in it. It actually had 2 bathroom areas. It was such a nice cabin. We had, not like Haven level, on SEO, but it was such a nice cabin. And we had such a nice time. And I was just so happy to be able to do that for my mom. I told my mama, you don't need nothing, just show up. Like, I got everything. And so I gave her all her spending money. I did everything. And it just felt so good to be able to do that for her. And she deserves that and then some. And to top it off, it was just a great cruise because it was a group cruise. So we were on the cruise with probably 16-ish of my business associates, friends. We just had such a great time. Such a great time. Everybody fell in love with my mom. Thank you, Candace. Candace said you're an amazing daughter and mother. Thank you. I try. But everybody fell in love with my mom. To this day, everybody from that cruise calls my mom mommy. I call my mom mommy. Everybody from that cruise calls my mom mommy. Such a good time. All right. So that was the best cabin I ever had. The worst cabin I ever had was on Carnival Conquest, January of this year. I have vlogs up from it. Maya and I went on the cruise together, and our room vibrated so bad. So bad. That's the only thing that was bad about it, though. I mean, everything else was just your typical interior cabin, but like we could not sleep late. It wasn't just vibrating. You know how a lot of times you'll hear that noise when you're pulling into port or whatever? I think it's them dropping the anchor. I don't know what it is, but I think that's what it is. It wasn't even that. It would just randomly vibrate. I caught the vibration in the vlog. I don't know what it was, but we bring earplugs, in our little necessities bag. But it was just, that's also, I mean, oh, Amy said interior cabin on Carnival Pride, the toilet vent system was so noisy. I don't know what this was. It was just like, I heard it vibrating, but never experienced it. Oh, yeah. Amy said every time someone else flushed the toilet, it made a noise in our room. I don't know what was causing this noise. But this is also the cabin where I heard the next door neighbors arguing. And I heard the woman next door, and they were young, like they were in their early 20s. And I heard the woman next door scream, help. And I didn't know what to do. I got to tell y'all what's coming up, okay? And I didn't know what to do because did she really need help? But I have been in a marriage that involved DV. And I have 4 daughters. And if one of my daughters ever screams help, I hope that somebody stops what they're doing to help her. So I called security. I mean, they were loud anyway. They were smoking, you know what, anyway. Those 2 things didn't bother me too much. The loud noise bothered me a little bit. The smoking didn't really bother me at all. Bianca has allergies, so she can't be next to like a cabin where the smoke smell comes into our room because she'll get stuffy and eyes start watering and all that kind of stuff. But Maya and I were both fine with that. But anyway, so she screamed help. I heard like boom, 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 boom. I could hear them like arguing, but I could not hear what they were saying. And then I heard her scream help. And I was like, what do I do? So I got the phone and I called 911. Y'all, I mean like 27 seconds. Security was at my door. Like, were they around the corner? It made me wonder if they have security in a cabin on every floor. Or was it just a coincidence and they just happened to be close by? 27 seconds. Security knocks on my door. I've told y'all this story before. They knocked on my door. I'm like, why are they knocking on my door? Like, I don't want these people to know I called. And the man from the next door situation was standing outside his cabin door when they knocked on my door. So they were like, did you call security? I was like, yes. And he was like, you heard somebody say help? I said, yes. And the guy was standing right outside the door. And I'm like, oh my goodness. But once I closed the door, I stood at the door and listened. And the guy was saying, "Oh, I understand why she called. Yeah, my girl said help, but we were just playing." I'm thinking that Sabrina, because he got there too fast to have to come from any other floor. Um, but the guy was like, "I understand why she called, but me and my girl, we were just playing." So he was like, "Well, why are you standing outside?" Mia said, "I want to be anonymous. I might have a few more days with these neighbors." Right, Mia. Exactly. He was like, "Well, why are you standing outside?" And he was like, "Oh, I was going to go smoke." So can't Karina said can't use help as a safe word. So he was like, well, we would like to see her. They went inside and talked to the girl. She said they were just playing. I don't know what happened. I felt bad because from what I could hear, because like y'all, this is the door. I was like, from what I could hear, it sounded like the security did not believe that they were just playing. And so I was like, what if they were just playing and now he gets either detained or kicked off the cruise? And so I kind of was starting to feel bad. When Maya came into the room, I told her, she was like, "No, mommy, you did the right thing. Like, if they playing, she's grown. She knows she can't be screaming help." So, so that's the worst cabin I ever had. To be honest, I still don't feel like I've had a bad cabin. But if I had to pick one cabin to never put me in again, it would be that cabin because of all that vibration. All right. The memories. My best cruise memory is my mom on that cruise. Now, this is what happened. I got videos and pictures of this too. Maybe I'll put a picture up on my community tab. Carnival used to do this thing. I got a video, Sabrina. I don't remember what it is, but it's my Carnival Conquest with Maya in January of this year. Carnival used to do the, I don't think this was the hairy chest contest. I think it was something else. Some kind of Lido deck contest where they picked 3 people to judge. And men walked out and they were trying to like, you know, they were trying to impress and the judges got to pick the winner. My mom volunteered to be a judge. Now listen to this. When my mom is such a hard worker. My mom has driven yellow cabs. Her cab number was S16. I'll never forget it. She has worked a day job and driven yellow cabs in the evening to take care of us. She has gotten a part-time job as a housekeeper for apartment complexes to take care of us. Because I've told y'all before, my childhood financially was up and down. Like the craziest extremes. I'm not even exaggerating. Like my father would make $1 million this year. I'm not exaggerating. He collected Porsches. He collected Jaguars. He had Porsches, Corvettes, whole 9 yards, right? We lived on the same street as the baseball player Darryl Strawberry. I don't know if y'all know who he was. The streets in the neighborhood are literally pink. The neighborhood is called the Pink Streets. And then the next year, my mom is using food stamps. Like it was like those kind of extremes. But mama hung in there. She would always do whatever he had to do to provide for us. So I was so happy to take my mother on this cruise. And I was like, I'm going to show mommy how to have a good time. I told my girls, like, grandma never takes a vacation for her. Like, she will use her vacation days because she's singing the choir at church. Because the choir is going to sing in Atlanta. So she used her vacation days. Or, y'all ever heard of the Hoodie Awards? My mom's choir won Best Church Choir like 2 or 3 years in a row at the Hoodie Awards. So she would use her vacation days for that. But never just like I'm gonna kick back, have a good time. So I told the girls, we're gonna show grandma how to have a good time. Baby, y'all see how I cruise, right? Oh no. So they were looking for volunteers. My mom volunteered to be a judge. Maybe it was like the Sexiest Man Alive contest or something like that. My mom volunteered to be a judge. Y'all, My mother had, yeah, the Steve Harvey hosted them. My mom's choir, they won that like 2 or 3 years in a row. I got to put the picture up. My mom is like dancing with this young guy. I'm talking about dancing, okay? With this young guy. My girls are giggling. So the cruise director says to the girls, Bianca and Maya, um, oh, is this too, are you all too young to be here? Why are you so giggly? And they said, that's our grandma. And he was like, that's your grandma. And they were like, yeah, Candace, my mother, I said, she showed me how to have a good time. My mom, and even though I told her, like, Mama, you don't need no money, whatever you want, just use the room key. I got it. She is a couponer to her heart. She was still trying to go to like the liquor tastings. You know how they get the free liquor samples in the stores on the cruise? She was still trying to go to those to get free drinks wherever she could, going to the art auctions to get free champagne. People that went on the cruise, because I told y'all we cruised with like about 16 friends and business associates. These people are like my age. They're hanging out with my mom. They're hanging out with my mom. She was everywhere doing everything. She had such a good time. And that is, to this day, my best cruise memory. All right. Now here we go. Y'all feel free to share your superlatives in the comments too. Or if you have a channel that you produce content, do this video on your channel and let me know so I can come watch it. All right. My worst cruise memory. This one, Candace, she is super fun. This one, I could not figure out what my worst cruise memory was. So I'm going to have to give you all two. On that same cruise with my mother, Maya had a cruise boo. It was her first little boyfriend. She met him in a teen camp. They hung out together all the time. And they were somewhere, like on the sports deck. I don't know what piece of equipment they were using or what they were on, but whatever it was, Maya hit her head. And, oh, wait a minute. I got three. I just thought of another one. But it's superlative. Whatever. When you hit in the casino, I know that's right. Zarmil. I know that's right. Oh, Zarmil said her favorite cruise memory was when she hit in the casino. I have to read y'all comments out loud because I don't know how to make them stay. If you know how to make them stay so that the people who watch the replay can still see them, please let me know. All right, so Maya got a concussion. I mean, she had a knot on her head. But she also, have you ever heard the expression like a boxer, somebody rung his bell? I thought that was just an expression. I didn't know that was a real thing. Maya said she was hearing bells in her head. She was hearing bells. And she does not remember it happening. Like, she didn't know why her head was hurting and she was ringing bells. But her little cruise boo, he walked her to our cabin, told us what happened. And I was so scared. I was so scared. I did not know what to do. I didn't know if we were going to have to get off the ship. I am a worrier. My therapist said I catastrophize. I think I'm saying that right. Like, I go to the worst thing that's about to happen. I'm trying to retrain my brain, but y'all, okay, I'm better now than I was then. So just imagine then. But she did end up being okay. She did end up feeling better the next day. She still had a headache the next day. They checked her out. They checked on her again. She was fine. But I was just so scared. Like, I'm trying to say if I've ever been that scared. I don't feel like I've ever been that. Because not only was I scared, I felt helpless. Sabrina said she's had it happen several times. It throws off your inner ear. Hey, Mickey. Um, but it was just a different level of fear because I could not just, my best friend, one of my best friends is an RN and she worked at the ER for our children's hospital, but she's here and we're in the middle of the ocean. I didn't know if I could trust the doctors. I have never heard of that happening. It's never happened to me. It's never happened to any of my other children. I didn't know if she was gonna have like some kind of permanent brain damage. My mind, y'all, just went everywhere. Now, the other worst cruise memory is Mickey said, match the thumbs up with the number of participants in the chat to show support. Yes, y'all, if you haven't already, please thumbs up the video. I would appreciate it ever so much. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. The channel has been doing something. It did this in April. So I'm not stressed about it like I was in April. In April, I think I was at like 496 or 596, somewhere around there. And it would go like to 498 and then down to 495, then up to 498, then down to 496, then up to 4. Like it just kept doing that dance. And then I did that live with Linnell and y'all just busted the door down and came over and subscribed. But it's been doing that for the past like probably about a week, up and down and up and down and up and down. Somebody told me it's like YouTube is like verifying the subscriber count and that's why it's doing that. So yeah, so if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and thumbs up the video. Okay, so my other worst cruise memory is cruising with my ex-husband. I told y'all this story before. I don't want to get off too deep into it, but everybody doesn't see every video, so you may not have heard it. But he made me just utterly and absolutely and totally miserable. And he got off the ship and did not tell us. So we're on the ship in the Dominican Republic. We're on the ship waiting for him to come back to the room so that we can get off the ship together. Finally, because I'm on this, this is another time I put together a cruise group. Finally, I'm like, we got to get off the ship because I'm here with these other people too, these other families. So when we got off the ship, we asked the guy at the little machine, can he check and see if he was on the ship? And he was like, no, he already got off. So I'm humiliated because I got all these people with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm humiliated. I'm hurt. And we get off. We're walking through the port. If you've been to Amber Cove, you know, you go through the duty-free store. Hey, for the neighbor, Kim, you've been such an inspiration to me. Thank you for your transparency. Thank you. Thank you. You know that duty-free store you go through, you come out this way. And when you're right here, you can go this way to leave the port, or you can go this way to go to the pool area, right? So we're right there. And I'm just like in my head, yo, I am humiliated. Okay, like I was the host of this group. I put this group together. We got other families on there. Everybody with their boo or with their family. I'm trying to cover for him. I'm trying to avoid embarrassment. I don't know where he is. We come out of duty-free store trying to figure out what to do. This man, I almost used another word. This man, I see him walking by. What? Like you weren't going to say anything? So the whole cruise just kind of went like that. But that moment was like, okay, I see what this is. Like, that's what that moment was. Like, okay, I see what this is. So yeah, so that was another of my worst cruise moments. The third one, y'all, and I know it's supposed to be superlatives. When you get on the Carnival ship, like the first day, and that video was looping in your cabins, this was on the Celebration. Or was it Liberty? Celebration. That video was looping in your cabins. Sabrina, I was infuriated. I was hurt. I was humiliated. I was like, all of the above. All of the above. And then I found out what it was. Y'all don't know what it was? He got upset because when he did not cruise with us often, right? Because he didn't like cruising. But I do the budget. So I was giving everybody, we had said we were just going to stay in port that day because we're with a group and some of the people, I'm going to tell y'all this story as an aside. Some of the people in the group did not feel comfortable going out into the Dominican Republic. So because this is one of the reasons I enjoy cruising solo. Because I just do what I feel comfortable doing. Me and more. My ex-husband disappeared on cruises knowing who he is now. I promise you, he was swinging. Girl. Maya, do you remember when you got that concussion on that cruise?
Yeah.
I'm telling the story. Well, I just told the story.
You remember what happened?
I don't remember what happened. You were with your cruise boo.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I was lifting up on the, I think they're like pull-up bars
Uh-huh.
at the gym, and I hit my nose.
She was lifting up on the pull-up bars and hit your nose?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I had like a bloody nose.
Okay. Okay. No, Mickey, Liberty, Carnival Liberty. All right. So we decided we were just going to do the pool area, right? Because some of the people did not feel comfortable going out into the Dominican Republic. So because we were just going to be in port in the pool area, I gave everybody $50 cash. And that's what he was upset about. Because he was like, we make enough money now where I should have been able to get more than $50 cash. Then you should have just said, I want to spend more than $50. Like, then you should have just said that. And it would have been not that big a deal. I had a budget for the cruise. And now maybe I was wrong because maybe I should have expressed I have a budget for the cruise. Mia said, cruise boo is killing me. I swear those kids on a cruise be in love for 7 days. Mia, for 7 days. You hear me? Because after that cruise, Maya didn't talk to that boy no more. Maya didn't talk to that boy no more. Oh, but she was in love for 7 days. But I was probably wrong because I probably should have said, okay, this is our budget for the cruise. This is how we're going to break it down. Did you want to do something different? But I did not say that. I just made sure everybody had money for every port based on what we were doing in that port. And because in that port, we were just going to the pool and the pool is free. They want you to get something to eat from the restaurant, but the pool is free. I just felt like $50 for everybody would be more than enough. But it's not like it was like, this is $50 and you can only get these $50. Don't add. It wasn't even like that. I was just like making sure everybody had cash on them. And that was it. Right? And I didn't find out till later, but that's what the problem was. That's why he was not speaking to me. Maya, come say hi, because somebody said hi to you. Not speaking to me, walking around, avoiding me, not showing up for dinner because I gave him $50.
Hello.
She was in love, y'all. My baby was in love. Amy said, don't let the narcissist selfish behavior make you doubt yourself. He could have spoken up. No, he could have spoken up, Amy. But, I try to go back and see, because I think there's growth when you're willing to say, well, I could have done this better. You know what I mean? But I was like doing a lot of things. Like, I put together this whole group of people. So I was doing a lot of things, had my family on there, trying to make sure that we stayed on top of everything. So anyway. And that's what I felt like. You could have just said, well, I want to do something else. I need a little bit more cash or whatever. Or, okay, where's baby? Okay, either put her in your room or my room because she clack, 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 clack. She paces the floor when you leave. The whole time. He could have had his own money. You know what I'm saying? Or just say, well, I was hoping to do a little bit more. This, whatever. Wasn't that big a deal. Wasn't that big a deal to me. And I am so embarrassed, y'all, because these are people that had become friends, but these were people that we were in business with. Okay, but they become friends, and some of them to this day are my best friends. Well, some of them were friends, and then we started doing business together, and some of them we started doing business together and became friends. Y'all are so funny. But I was just anyway. All right, let's move on. So we're on Carnival celebration. This is the third. When you first get on Embarkation Day, Carnival has this video playing on loop. She ain't put baby in the room because I hear baby clack, clack, clacking. Y'all hear it? Carnival has this video playing on loop about all the different kinds of doors on Carnival cruise ships. Let me know if y'all seen this video. I think they said they got 7 or 8 different kinds of doors, and the doors are heavy. So watch your hands in the doors and so on and so forth. And they go through all the different kinds of doors they have and how to be safe with each kind of door. We are on the ship no more than 45 minutes. And Aaliyah calls my cabin from the ship doctors. I want to call it the infirmary, whatever you call it. August, my baby grandbaby, he was like 5, 6. The elevator closed on his hand. And Aaliyah's crying, I don't know if it's broken. The elevator, it didn't close on his hand like this. He had his hand on the elevator, and when it opened, the elevator opens like this. The elevator snatched his hand behind the wall. Like, but you know how what the door goes into? Oh, it ripped all his skin off. Like, she's crying and screaming, and I don't know what to do. And I'm like, okay, do we need to get off the ship? Like, do we need to get off the ship before we leave port? And she said, the doctor's gonna look at it now. Blah, blah, blah. Come to find out, it wasn't that bad. Nothing was broken. Like, it rubbed some of his skin. You know what I'm saying? Have you ever had that? Like, where something rubs your skin. His hand was swollen, though, and his fingers were swollen. But Carnival, Mia, nerves shot. And I'm like, did you not see the video where they were talking about all the different kind of doors? But Carnival was amazing. For one, they did not bill us for the visit. They did follow-up care with him. I think he had to go back twice. They didn't bill us for any follow-up care. They sent Dr. Seuss backpack with some teddy bear and some goodies to his cabin. Carnival was amazing. We had a great cruise. Aaliyah was exaggerating, but I'm not faulting her for that because she was a mother and she was panicked. And August had a good time. But then I was on a solo cruise a few months after that, and I saw the same thing happen to a little girl. She was about 3. I saw the same exact thing happen to a little girl. I wasn't there when it happened to August, but from what Aaliyah described, I was in the elevator when it happened to a little girl. But yeah, that was very sweet of Carnival. Kudos to Carnival because they went above and beyond. All right. Best excursion I have been on was, I don't know if this is cheating, but it was not a real excursion. We got off the ship. Oh, why did I just think of 2? How do I want to do this? Okay. I'm going to just tell y'all about both of them. They were on the same cruise. We got off the ship. This is in Cozumel. We got a taxi. We asked them if they could just do us like a mini tour. Just us. We didn't want to be with anybody else, just our family. Take us around, show us some things, take us somewhere to eat, whole 9 yards. This was on the cruise where I found out something about my ex-husband, the celebration. And he took us like to this tequila factory, like regular, regular stuff that they take all tourists to. But when it came time for us to eat, he took us to this restaurant on the beach. I have video of this too. He took us to, but this is when I was filming in vertical because I didn't know what I was doing, so I never made a vlog from this. He took us to this restaurant on the beach, and the restaurant was packed. And he came and said, the restaurant is full, but they said they could put you a table and some chairs down on the beach by the water if you still want to eat here. And I was like, oh, absolutely. So they brought a table out, put it on the beach, brought our chairs out. We were the only people eating on the beach. The waiters came down to our table on the beach. It was like God set up this moment for us. You would think we had some kind of, Candace said, I remember that short you posted, right? You would think we had some kind of like VIP package, VIP experience. The restaurant was up a little bit, crowded, super crowded. We were all by ourselves. It was so amazing. There's a guy who was walking to the beach with like a parrot for people to take pictures with the parrot for a donation. And he came by the table. The boys got to use the parrot. Trollstigen Road in Norway was my best. Amy, is that on your channel? Because you know what I realized I'm going to have to do to get comfortable with the idea of cruises that are not like leaving from America? I need to watch some vlogs to get comfortable with what to expect. But it was amazing, so beautiful. I was like, this moment, God did this just for me. Just for me. Y'all know that Karen Clark Sheard song, Just For Me? God did that just for me. That was a cruise where I was like, God made everything work so perfectly. God was not going to let me have a bad cruise. All right. So on that same cruise, we booked with last minute, like the morning we pulled up into Honduras. We booked through some private company and we got Oscar. A guy named Oscar was our tour guide to just take us around. He made everything so personal and perfect. Okay, I'm going to check it out, Amy. Don't forget, if you didn't already, if you seek Amy, has a channel where she shares cruises. When we started the live, she had 69 subscribers. A couple people already went over and subscribed to her channel. Please go check her out. He made everything so personal and like he just went above it. He treated us like we were his family. We went and saw the sloths and the monkeys and held the sloths. August had an accident, so he went and took us to some stores to buy some clothes so August could change. He took us to this gas station because he was like, this is where the locals eat, at this gas station. He was like, the rest of these restaurants, that's for tourists. The locals on their lunch break, they go to this gas station. And he took us to this gas station, and when I tell you it was packed out, they had tables and chairs in there with locals. He just treated us like I was his aunt and I came to visit. And his name is Oscar. Are you doing a Grounded Life YouTuber course cruise in Europe? Amy, I'm going to look into it because I don't know anything about it. I need to log into my class for one to get caught up. But that will be wonderful because I said when I do my first like European, or I really want to do a cruise off the coast of Africa, or even a land-based vacation abroad, I want to do it with a group so that I'm not by myself, even though I'm by myself, if you know what I mean. But it was just wonderful. I still keep in touch with Oscar to this day. He has gone solo. He's not with that tour company anymore, but he's still doing tours. And when I go back, I will be checking in with him. Malcolm, what are you getting? Okay, so where are we next? What did I just do? What would we do? Oh, my best excursion. So now I'm on my worst excursion. What was my worst excursion? You know what? If I'm being honest, I think my worst. I was gonna say in the Dominican Republic on MSC, because that one was not great. Neither Maya or I had a great time. My worst excursion was in Nassau, Bahamas. I booked privately on the group cruise that my mother came on. And I told this guy, he gave me a list of things that we could do. Amy, I'm going to check it out. It's next year, 2026. Talithika said, if you seek Amy, can you share your link? I can't find your channel. Okay. Yeah, Amy, if you can, share your link so that everybody can go find your channel and come show you some love. We booked through a guy. I can't remember his name, but it's in my messages, my Facebook Messenger. If I need to find it, I find it. He gave me all these options. Let me see if I can find it. Because if I can find it, I want to read to y'all exactly what happened. Let's see. Here it is right here. Let me see. Let me see if this is the right conversation. A 4-hour, this was 2019, y'all. You love hearing baby works my nerves. Okay, here it is right here. So I reached out because somebody referred me to him, right? And he said, I see that you do, after all of the May 12th out of Rome. Ooh, out of Rome. Okay. He asked when we were going to be there. I told him when we were going to be there. I said, I see that you do private tours. How much is that? Our issue is that, because he gave me his website to go to pick which tour I want to do, right? So I said, I see that you do private tours. How much is that? Because our issue is that we see pieces from 2 different tours that interest us. He said, thank you for your interest. Oh, that's probably an auto reply. We'll get back to you as soon as possible. He said, good morning. Yes, a private tour would be a great choice. How many people would be on tour and what all would you like to do? I said, at the moment, 6. I need to share pricing to see if some of the others are interested. We want great food, conch fritters for sure, but other authentic food also. Some of the history of slavery, i.e. the site of the slave rebellion, Queen's Staircase, island history, and beautiful sights. And this request, okay, I said, and this request might be odd, but if there's anything at all related to the Turnquest family, even if it's just a business, we'd like to see it. I am a Turnquest. My family is from the Bahamas. We've had family members in Parliament, all kinds of things. So I want the girls to see that, right? So I said, oh, and good rum cakes. He said, good morning. A 4-hour private customized tour for up to 8 people will be $500. it would be the same price whether it's 6 people or 8 people. We can do all that you would like to do and have a great time. Just let me know as soon as possible how many people would like to confirm, and we can get moving with locking in the tour because we're booking up very fast. I said, okay, great. We would like to do the private tour. He said, okay, to secure, please put a deposit of $75 now. Then the balance of $425 will be due at the end of your tour. He said, click on private tour and only put one person. Time does not matter. Once you pay, please message me and I'll explain the meeting location. I said, deposit paid. He said, great, thank you. Please meet me by the water fountain at the port. Once you exit the Green Gate, make a left on the street, which is Wood Rogers Road. Okay, I think I read everything that's important. Oh, he said, we will meet at 3 p.m. I said, we're only in port from 9 to 3. He said, oh, sorry about that. I misunderstood. Let's meet at 11:40 then. Actually, how about promptly at 11? I said, that works. We'll see you then. Now, if you're a cruiser, you know, baby, no. Okay, if you're a cruiser, you know that when the cruise ships go to Nassau a lot. Did I miss any comments? Okay. Cruise ships go to Nassau a lot. A lot of people are sick and tired of Nassau, right? So a few of the people in our group were like, every time we go to Nassau, we go to the rum cake factory, we go to the the rum factory, like we do, well, the Queen Staircase, we do the same things. But on his website, he had where you can go to this site of this slave rebellion where the people who had been taken from Africa took over the ship and got the ship, and it ended up in this place, and they memorialized that place and so on and so forth. So I was telling some of the people in our group about this, right? And they were like, oh yeah, we definitely want to see that. Now y'all heard him say we can do all of that, right? So we get there, so everybody gives me their money and I pay him. We start the tour and we're going to all the like regular old places, which baby always wants to be part of the live. Baby got bad nerves. I just really want her to calm down. Bianca's dogs, one of her dogs actually has a prescription for the vet to calm down. Who is that? Who? Oh, okay. So we start the tour and we go to all the regular places, the rum cake factory, the distillery, a tea place, all the same places everybody goes to when they do a tour of Nassau. And so as the day is going on, we go get some really good comp. As the day is going on, I'm like, when are we going to go see this site of this slave rebellion, right? So he says, is there anywhere else y'all want me to take y'all to before I take y'all back to the port? I said, yeah, we wanted to go see. Let me see if I can tell y'all what it is. Just in case you're interested too. I don't even know if his website's still up. Like I said, this was 2019. Okay, it's saying not found. Okay. So I said, the place where, you know, the slaves took over the ship and landed the ship in Nassau. And he was like, oh, we don't have time to go there. That's his own separate tour. So I said, but in our communications, I expressed that we wanted to do parts of 2 different tours. And you said we could do everything. And he said, oh, I must have misunderstood. We don't have time to go there. It's all the way on the other side of the island. You all would not get back to your ship in time. So I'm like, okay, all right, whatever. I pay him. We get out. We're walking back to the port. two of the people that were on the tour with us got mad at me and weren't like, I can't say they weren't speaking to me, but they were being short with me. And I'm confused because I'm as bothered as everybody else, but I'm just trying not to let it, mess up the whole day, or mess up the whole trip. So finally I find out that they felt like I just told them whatever just to get them to contribute to the tour so that I would not have to come out as much for the tour. And I'm like, no, I didn't just tell y'all whatever. And I screenshotted and sent the whole conversation with them. Like, this is what I agreed to. I wanted to go see that just as much as you. Because everywhere we went today, I have been 15 times. All the places we've been today, I have been there over and over and over again. So, but I was trying to make it a mixture of things for people who have never been to Nassau and people who have been there multiple times and just want a little bit of something else. So anyway, eventually everything got resolved. But that stands out because you didn't get confused. It wasn't miscommunication. You specifically said we could do everything I wanted to do. And I specifically said what I wanted to do and that it was parts of 2 different tours, which is why we paid extra and did the custom private tour. So, y'all, I'm getting upset all over again. That was 2019. If I don't let that go. But yeah, got upset with me because they felt that I was just telling them whatever just to get them to come on the tour so that I wouldn't have to pay as much out of pocket. No, ma'am. All right, if you haven't already, please thumbs up the video and subscribe to the channel. All right, now. So that was the worst excursion ever. And it still wasn't bad, but I was just upset because we could have done that for a lot less. Like, we could have done that for like $35 a person. Maybe at that time, even $25 a person. But anyway. All right, so number 9 is going to be my funniest moment on a cruise. All right, my funniest moment on a cruise is on on Norwegian, I think, Getaway or Breakaway. I can never remember which one I was on. Norwegian, NCL, Getaway or Breakaway. I went on a cruise with one of my dearest friends and her family. It was like their cousin's cruise. And at the last minute, somebody canceled. So my friend said, Kim, do you want to go? And I was like, what? Say less, friend. I'm on there. So we had a fantastic time. Her and her cousins. We've been friends like this since I was 12. So all of her aunts are my aunts. All of her cousins are my cousins. You know how that goes, right? So it was like I was with family. I don't remember. Amy said, I think my worst was at Dunn's River Falls in Jamaica. The people in the market were physically harassing me. I have heard people say that about Jamaica. I have heard people say that. Okay. Something happened, and to be honest, I don't remember what their complaint was. I feel like the complaint was something like the package they booked with. That's what it was. The package they booked with had like specialty dining to go with this. I don't know what they booked with because I was a last minute switch out. But the package they booked with had some kind of specialty dining, something to go with it. And their travel agent told them, you can switch out who the people are that take advantage of the specialty dining. Like, we were 4 people in the cabin, and their travel agent told them, yeah, like night 1, person A and B can go. Night 2, person C and D could go. So that's what they understood because they said that's what their travel agent told them. I think I'm remembering this right. But in actuality, that's not what it was. Like, whoever did the specialty dining, that's who had to do it the whole time we were on there. So So a person A and B, this lady in Jamaica tried selling us souvenirs, and when we said no thanks, she told my sister she was going to take her Louis Vuitton sandals. No, she didn't, Mia. I have not been to Jamaica, but I've heard that about Jamaica. But you know what? I've heard people say that the people in Bahamas are aggressive, and I've never experienced that. And I'm very, very familiar with going to the Bahamas. I've never experienced that. But I've heard that about Jamaica, that they're real aggressive. Somebody said in Jamaica, like they put some bracelets in front of their daughter, and their daughter touched one and said it was pretty, and the lady was like, you got to buy it now. You touched it, you got to buy it. And they had to buy that bracelet because her daughter touched it. Patty Cake said my favorite was an excursion to a private island, all inclusive. I'm not a drinker, but I was loaded. Patty Cake said never again, never again. So I'm not a drinker either, but I do drink socially. I basically just drink when I'm on a cruise ship. Maybe if we go out to eat somewhere. But I had this drink at, what's the name of the restaurant? Twin Brothers in Nassau. Oh my goodness, I couldn't even finish it. I told Maya if I finish this drink, somebody got to help me back to the ship. Okay, so anyway. So yeah, so if person A and B went to the specialty dining restaurant, say the Italian restaurant, on night 1, person C and D could not go on night 2. A and B were the only people who could use it. Mia said I would have acted out, but I would not survive a Jamaican jet. I know. Yeah, we got to act right when we go to these places because we don't know all the laws in all the places. There's a YouTuber dealing with that right now. If y'all want that story, I'll tell it to you before we get off. All right, so here's why this is the funniest part. Not the mix up about the specialty dining. All these cousins went to, I went with them, went to talk to the maitre d' and complain about the fact that what was happening on the ship. Patty said, I'm a coffee drinker all day long. What was happening on the ship is not what their travel agent told them. I don't know if it was a travel agent or if it was like customer service when they called in the book. I don't know how they booked. Hey, baby girl. But whatever, Candace said, Kim, your memory is so good. I love it when you go off topic and pick right back up where you I be bobbing and weaving, Candace, bobbing and weaving. So we go down and the maitre d' is at guest services. Like, I think they called ahead of time and said, meet him at guest services. So we go down, it's like 8 of us to deal with this situation. I don't know who told them that they could switch out the person. I don't know if it was a travel agent or it could have been Norwegian guest services. I don't know who told them. But they're explaining this to... This is so funny because I can see it happening in my hair right now. They're explaining this to the maitre d'. He's very tall. And my friend who brought me into... Serena said, me too, Candace. I wonder how she remembers. My friend who brought me on this cruise and brought me into this family circle is shorter than me. And I'm 5'4". All right. So this guy is very tall. And she's probably like 5'2". So... I just got some kind of breaking news, but I don't know what it is. I couldn't finish reading it. So they're explaining to this man what they were told because they thought like it's 4 of us in a cabin. 2 people can go to the specialty restaurant on Monday. A different 2 could go on Tuesday. A different, like just keep swapping it out and everybody would be able to have the specialty dining experience. But come to find out, that's not what we could do. So my friend is explaining to this man what happened, right? She lit up at him, and she's like, and she's explaining to him, what happened, and how they were told the wrong thing. And I believe that they were told the wrong thing. And he said, and I didn't really care, y'all, because this was my first time on NCL, and I loved Oceans. I could have went to Oceans every night. Carnival needs a concept like Oceans. So, you know, I was having better food than I was used to anyway, right? So, so he's answering her, right? So she's like explaining her what happened. He's replying to her, telling her like, well, that's not how it works, blah 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 blah. But she is deaf in one ear. So so she said something to him. He answers her back, and she said, I can't hear, tell her, talking about me. I can't hear what you saying, tell her. So then he looks at me and he tells me, now here's the funny part. She heard every word he said, because as soon as he starts telling me, she replies back to him. So he starts telling me, well, no, that's not how it works. The specialty dining is assigned to a particular passenger. Only that passenger is able to use it. So 2 of the guests in your cabin can use specialty dining. So she like interjects and she's like, but we were told blah, 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 blah. So now he turns back to her and he says, well, ma'am, I can only tell you, I don't know who told you that, but that's not how it goes. Listen, this is what we can do. I can't hear you, tell her. So he turns back to me and he's explaining it to me. Again, she hear every word he say, because when he finishes telling me, like while he's talking to me, she cuts him off and she says, no, that's not good enough because we got 4 people. And so then he stopped talking to me. He turned back to her and he said, I can compromise. I can make a compromise with you. This is what we can do. Why are you talking to me? I told you I can't hear, tell her. So he turns back to me and he's telling me, and y'all, if I could have just fell in the floor. I was so embarrassed because he's like, y'all know how cruise people are. Like, they are trying to make sure that you're happy. But whoever told her wrong. If I recall correctly, they ended up letting us switch out. Because I know I ended up going to a specialty restaurant. So they ended up letting us switch out. But this thing went back and forth like 4 or 5 times where she's talking to him. He goes to reply to her. And she's like, I can't hear, tell her. And then as soon as she hear every word he say because she replies back to him. So then he tries to reply back to her. And then she's like, I can't hear, tell her. I know that's a weird, funniest moment to ever have on a cruise ship. But y'all, I get tickled every time I think about it. Every single time I think about it, I get tickled. So, like, I'm tickled. I want to call her as soon as I get out there and be like, do you remember when we was on NCL? But we had a fantastic time. We had a fantastic time. Norwegians, guest services, customer service did what they needed to do to rectify the situation. Like I said, it didn't matter to me anyway, because the only reason I'm a fan of Norwegian, I feel like, is their shows and Oceans. I love Oceans. I just love that concept. So it wouldn't have mattered to me either way. But anyway, so that is the funniest moment on a cruise. And that's it, y'all. Those are my 9 cruise superlatives. I did the most expensive, least expensive, best cabin, worst cabin, best memory, worst memory, best excursion, worst excursion, and funniest moment on a cruise. So thank you all so much for hanging out with me today. Let me see if I missed any comments. Don't forget to go over and show Amy's channel some love. I'm trying to find her comments. I can tell y'all, if you seek Amy, go over and show her channel some love. Thank you, Candace. Y'all, I be over here stressing. Like, what am I going to talk about today? Is that interesting? I can't wait till I can just come on here and look at y'all and y'all just look at me. And we can talk about whatever. Was it me or said somebody went to sleep? But yeah, that was fun. So if you have a channel and you do your cruise superlatives, please let me know, because I would love to hear other people's superlatives as well. If you haven't already, please thumbs up the video. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. Don't forget, Wednesday at 1, we are doing Sabrina said, yes, your lives are so entertaining. Patty Cake said, if you see Kanye. What's that? What's if you see Kanye? Oh, if you seek Amy. If you see, I was like, what did Kanye, what Kanye done did now? Make sure you fill up the comment section after the live end. Yes. Fill up the comment section after the live end. Please fill up the comment section after the live end. On Wednesday at 1, we'll be doing Warm Topics Wednesday. Oh, this is what I'm going to tell y'all. Warm Topics Wednesday is my talk show. Yes, I'm a talk show host. And on Warm Topics Wednesday at 1 Eastern, we talk about a cruise or travel related topic, a finance topic, and a midlife pivot, like start your life over at 50 topic. We try to get to all 3 categories. I come to you with different topics every week. I am the talk show host, so make sure you come join us. Y'all, I fell down a rabbit hole, and I'm going to take y'all with me. Let me tell y'all the rabbit hole I fell down. Please, if I do it, y'all, please watch it. I want to do a video. I'll be at work Wednesday on live. It gets me through. Oh, thank you, Mia. I love y'all. I fell down the rabbit hole of Amy Bradley. Have y'all heard about her? She disappeared on a cruise. I didn't get nothing done. Y'all see, I didn't put out a video in 2 days, right? I've been watching nonstop videos and reading about Amy Bradley. I want to do like a true crime, cruise crime type video covering Amy Bradley and what happened. Like, I literally fell down the rabbit hole and have been just nonstop reading and researching and watching videos on her for the past 2 days. So I want to do the video. I want to talk about it. I want to tell y'all about it. If I do it, y'all, please watch it. Okay, please watch it, because I feel like I'm excited to share. Yeah, she was on a cruise ship and just disappeared. And her family has theories about what happened, and everybody got theories about what happened. But I want to come and share that with you all. I think it's so interesting. Like, I'm fascinated. So I want to get that out to you all, you know, in the next week or so. But anyway, thank y'all for joining me. Please subscribe to the channel. Please thumbs up the video. And if you have your own cruise channel, I knocked myself out. Last I heard was Amy Bradley. Yeah, I want to do it. I want to cover it and just talk about what we know and what the theories are about where she might be. But please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Please thumbs up the video. And don't forget, I have started a membership. If you're going to join the membership, please join at the $3.99 level. All the current things that you see offered at the 2 different levels, all those are going to be the $3.99 level. Okay, I'm not allowed to change the amounts. YouTube won't let me. So y'all have a nice evening. Yeah, it's coming out on Netflix, so I gotta do mine before Netflix. Or should I do mine after Netflix? Because Netflix might have new information. No, I'm gonna do mine before Netflix, so that way you're all ready for when it comes out on Netflix. Okay? All right, y'all. Love y'all so much. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for being part of my travel friends group. I really appreciate y'all. I really appreciate the fact that some of y'all come hang out with me anytime I hit the live button. Any video I upload, I can count on you being part of the comment section. That just means so much. I'll see y'all on the next video, maybe somewhere at sea or somewhere else around this big, beautiful world. Bye-bye.